Hi everyone, I am Dr. Lauren and I am here to help us all get through the winter cold and flu season. We are not just going to make you scared of cold and flu, we are going to talk about how incredible and how magical our bodies really are when we have a fully supported nervous system. So, first off, your body is not a fragile machine, and it doesn't need to feel like it's going to break at the first sneeze of winter. It is incredibly intelligent and brilliantly designed to handle anything big or small that may make your immune system work harder. So most people go through winter like it's a crisis of every cough and every fever, every sneeze, every place that carries germs. But the symptoms don't mean that something is not working. It means that your body is communicating to you. The place that we have got to start is the nervous system. Because your immune system is not working on its own, it is communicating with your brain and the nerves that flow through it every single second. So let's talk about what getting sick actually means. It is a nervous system response that something is not supposed to be there. It is responding to it, and it is trying to figure out its next steps. It's essentially recalibrating, right? So when your immune system is adaptable, alert, and balanced, your immune system can do what it was designed to do. If your immune system is stressed, overloaded, stuck in fight or flight mode, your immunity is going to drop and your body will not be able to coordinate its attack plans. This is why people get sick more often, and it usually lasts longer than when somebody's nervous system is well regulated and well taken care of. It's not the weather, it's not that you've hit into some germs at the grocery store or the gym. It's essentially that your system doesn't have the bandwidth to efficiently fight it off. It's just going to have to do it in slower increments. So now we're going to break down the symptoms that everybody seems to try to fight off instead of just letting them do their job. So first off, we're going to start with fever. In most cases, a fever is not an emergency. Your body literally cooks what is not supposed to be there, hence the raise in body temperature. So Tylenol does not need to be the answer at every sign of a fever. Instead, you should try a lukewarm bath and stay hydrated with good quality water. Get rid of the Powerades, the Gatorades, and the Pedialytes. It's just junk. Mucus. I know everyone hates mucus, but it is an incredibly smart system that the body has put into play. It is essentially a snowball that has collected germs and things that are in the body that are not supposed to be there, and it clumps it all together, gets it out of the body in one full swoop. I know it's annoying, but it's doing its job exactly the way that it was meant to. In this case, Mucinex does not need to be the next step. That's going to slow down that entire process. What you can do is essentially get your lymphatic system pumping. So whether that is moving, just literally walking, doing stairs, or even just bouncing up and down like this to get things pumping again. And you can try a steam shower to try to loosen it all up naturally so that it can still do what it's doing. It's not being suppressed, but it doesn't quite get as thick and clumpy. All right, then we have coughing. That goes well with that. But if you're not aware, coughing is just the body's way of getting it out so that you can still breathe. This is definitely something that people feel more so in their throat. So you can do your best to try to keep your throat from feeling the effects of all the coughing by hot honeyed water, hot tea, garlic, or my favorite is a garlic honey concoction. I actually put my first batch together, I guess, last August, and I just kind of have let it sit, and I've used it a lot in this last stretch of time since then, just to soothe sore throats, because garlic is a natural antibiotic. So it's going to kill anything that's in there in a great way, and if you're someone who loves garlic, in a very lovely way also. You may smell like garlic, but it all comes with the wonderfulness of what it's really doing in a natural way. And last symptom we're going to talk about is the fatigue. Many, many, many people ignore this one. They know that they're not running on full power, they know that they don't feel well, but they fight through it anyways. That right there is ignoring this symptom. The fatigue is telling your body to slow down. You need to rest. This is when we usually get into trouble and we fight it off, and then we're sick for a longer period of time. Let's talk about two things that people don't often think play a huge role in the immune suppression of not feeling well. And number one is stress. When the stress is high in the body, the immune system is going to drop very, very fast. And we start to experience the stress around not feeling well, concerned that we're not going to be performing well, concerned about whether or not we should go to work, or if you're a parent, you're concerned about the fact that you're going to have to take time off because your kid also can't go to school. It all starts to build up. And then comes sleep. Again, this is something else that people just don't prioritize when they are sick. But repair of the body happens when we are resting. And if we're only getting about 5 hours of sleep a night, that's not enough when your body is working in internal war. We've got to let it rest. So when you have a dysregulated, overwhelmed system, it's essentially like a glitchy Wi-Fi network. And the immune messages are not clearly getting through to the rest of the body and back to the brain. So here is where chiropractic care comes in. Chiropractic care restores the adaptability of the nervous system. It creates the larger bandwidth that can work more efficiently to get you back on your feet. So when your nervous system communicates better, your immune system responds better. So for kids and adults that we see under regular care, we see many, many fewer sick days. We see a much faster recovery, less intense symptoms when they do experience symptoms, more resilience during the stressful seasons like we are in right now. And that is what makes chiropractic care so important. If you have better resilience to handle the unknowns or the unexpected episodes that happen, that's game changing. All right? So the adjustment doesn't just treat the immune system, it helps your nervous system adapt so the immune system can do its job. Okay? I think I've said that 3 times now. It's very important. All right, so what you should do at the first sign of not feeling well. Hydrate with good quality water, no Gatorade, no Powerade, no Pedialyte, whatever else it may be, and make sure that you are eating whole, good foods. Hydration and good whole foods. You also need to slow down. Remember, fatigue and sleep, they need to rest. You need to regulate your nervous system. So that could be something as simple as going outside for a walk, taking nice, deep, intentional breaths, or just being quiet. Just letting your system rest and not overstimulating it with movies or TV shows or video games. And then you need to get adjusted. You need to support the symptoms. So again, we don't need Tylenol. More than likely, we don't need Mucinex. We need to think of lukewarm baths and a soothing hot tea and possibly some garlic honey to soothe the throat. And then don't forget, movement is also very important with this to keep the lymphatic system pumping, which is where the immune system is really playing a big role. And then you need to make sure that you rest early, not when your body actually has no energy left. That's a big one. So here's what I want you to walk away from this workshop with. Your body is not broken. It is not weak. It is wildly intelligent and designed to do exactly what it's going to do. You just need to listen to those symptoms, let them do their job, and you need to regulate and make your nervous system more adaptable. That's it. So if you would like to get through the rest of this winter with a much better immune system response to whatever may come, please give us a call. Let's get you scheduled. And if you've seen us in the office before and you're not coming regularly enough through these stressful seasons, that needs to change too. All right. Well, you guys all have a fantastic rest of the last week before Christmas. It doesn't need to be stressful. We can do this. We don't need to show off. Take care of yourself so you can take care of the ones that you love. No one else matters. All right. Bye, you guys.